These last couple of years, there's a pandemic that we all know about. You've heard enough about it. I'm not going to talk about that, but there's another pandemic. It's one that it's hard for me to even talk about. It makes me sad just to think about it. And no one knows about this pandemic. No one's talking about it. Yet the stats are there, the science is there. And this pandemic is turning men into virgins, men who previously were not. It's the simp-demic. It's here. It's here and it's here to stay. In fact, statistics have proven that in 2018, 28% of adult men in America between the ages of 18 and 30 did not have any sex for an entire year. Think about that. This is a unreligious society, less religious than ever before, so there's not that reason. It's more sex positive than ever before, so it's not like they feel, oh, I'm not supposed to. Men just can't have sex. Men have gotten to a point where they are incapable of getting laid at all. And it has become a legitimate simp-demic. That is the point we're at. And that's why I'm crafting a new term, a new definition for virginity so that you can become a little bit more self-aware as to whether you are inflicted by this simp-demic. And that definition is simple. If you have gone a year or more without having sex, you are now a virgin again. You have regained your virginity. And, some people might be happy about that, like you're pure. You're pure, you're untouched, innocent. You've gotten your innocence back because you've gone so long without touching a woman. And that is that's the bright side. The sad side is that this is real. It might seem like I'm kind of being dramatic and making this all a joke, but ultimately this is 100% real. Like, men really are incapable of getting laid in the era where we have Tinder, Bumble, all these apps. And guys are so lazy that they'll download the apps, they'll put some selfie in which they look like crap, put it on the app, get no matches, and then they give up. And they're like, well, I didn't get any matches. I guess I'm not attractive enough. Or they'll watch some black pill video of a guy saying, unless you're 6'2" and you have a perfect jawline. It's so bad that even, what's that dude's name? The guy from Baywatch, the guy who's known for being super good looking. I'll put a picture in the video. He got plastic surgery to make his jawline look better, which I think it actually looks worse, but that's a separate point, because that's how insecure men are getting about their appearances. If you have regained your virginity and you're proud of it, then keep doing what you're doing. Keep taking the actions that got you to where you are now. And if you're among the elite men who have had sex a good 10 times in the entire last year, well then, maybe keep at that same pace and you'll be satisfied forever, because I'm sure that's enough. Or it might be time to reevaluate. It might be time to think, how did I let myself get to this point? How have I gotten so apathetic that I'm completely neglecting one of the core human needs? Sex isn't as essential as food. You don't die without it, but you become unsatisfied with your life. You become lonely. You feel disconnected. There's a lot of consequences if you're not having any sex. And unless you're asexual, then it's fine. But that's, that's not, 28% of men aren't asexual. It's not that. And this is one of the core human needs. It's one of the things that we all share as human beings and that makes us who we are. And if you're not getting that, then you might want to think, because there's a good chance the reason that you're feeling depressed, that you're feeling stressed, that you're feeling dissatisfied, it might not be that you're only making 6 figures instead of 7 figures, or you're only making 60K instead of 100K, whatever it is. It might not be that. It might not be that you're not in good enough shape. It might be largely because You don't have any intimacy, any connection. That is one of the major contributing factors to an unsatisfying life. And if that's you, if you're rarely or never getting laid, it's time to get pissed off about that fact. It's time to get a little angry. Because being apathetic, being sad about it, oh, well, I guess I don't, that doesn't help. Society teaches us to be apathetic, to be numb. Whenever we feel stressed, we go to social media, we go to TV, we go to things that make us feel numb. They don't make us feel anything. They take away our emotions and put the pain into the future. The light died, but I'm just gonna keep going anyway because fuck it. So we learn to put the pain into the future. We temporarily feel better. That's what numbness is. Oh, well, if I don't acknowledge the pain, if I'm feeling lonely and I go to an adult film, since I don't want to get deranked, so you go to an adult film, it numbs the pain temporarily. That's what we've learned. It's to numb the pain. But the problem with numbing pain is it doesn't get rid of it forever. It just puts it into the future and makes it worse. It's just like every day you neglect going to the gym, you get a little bit more overweight. The problem gets worse. And then the emotions associated with that become more severe and underlying. It becomes this constant static hum of discomfort, of dissatisfaction, of being frustrated with your life, of feeling that you're not living in alignment with who you could be. The same applies to sex. And it's not just about the physical act of sex, it's about connection, it's about intimacy, it's about relationships, it's about all of those things. But if you're not getting that, then it's only natural to be dissatisfied with your life. It's perfectly natural. You have to be aware that those emotions you're experiencing are telling you to change your situation. That might involve actually putting some effort into Tinder. Go to Playing with Fire's channel and learn how to get better pictures. Learn how to make a better profile. I'm gonna put the light back on. Get some competent pictures. Pay for a photographer. Do things like that and actually put some effort in and systematize it and take it seriously. Or even better, go out to the world that we've all learned to be afraid of, like it's some post-apocalyptic wasteland. Go out to that world and go talk to some girls. You'll be shocked what's possible. I've had many of my clients do things like sleep with multiple women in a single week or meet their girlfriend, even though before they had become re-virginized. They had regained their virginity. But after doing some coaching with me, after taking a boot camp or joining my mastermind group, my inner circle, they started taking action, going out. And because they were willing to be pissed off at themselves, they were willing to not accept their situation and just be apathetic and put it off until the next year, they changed the course of their lives. So even if you're not one of those many men who regained their virginity, there's still a good chance that you have a total scarcity when it comes to women. It's very likely that it's rare for you to meet a girl and have some kind of experience, some kind of romantic experience play out. That's not normal. That's because you've become apathetic. And that apathy feels numb, which is acceptable, but it becomes this long-term lingering pain, this emotional discontent that doesn't go away until you deal with the underlying problems. OnlyFans isn't going to fix the problem. Taking action is going to fix the problem. Now in this video, I'm not going to go into the strategy, into the techniques. I have plenty of other videos for that you can find on my channel. And you can also read my book if you want the most comprehensive guide to picking up women, to meeting girls on the street, to being respectful, but also assertive and also effective all at the same time. Check out my book, click the link below for that. But I want this to be a wake-up call and a reminder that it's not normal to be getting no women in your life at all, to have no sexual relationships. That shouldn't be something that you accept. It should be something that you strive to change, that you work on, that you put effort into, just like any other area of your life. Whether it's the gym and you're getting overweight, you're not making enough money, put some effort into. Don't let your ego get in the way and tell you, oh, I'm gonna wait until I'm rich and I'm ripped. I know plenty of guys who wait for that and it doesn't happen, and then they pay me thousands of dollars because it didn't work. If you're proud of regaining your virginity and you want to keep it that way, keep doing what you've been doing. Feel free to put in the comments, hashtag I regained my virginity to, fly that flag. That's fine too. Good for you. Oh, and I guess I should add, make sure to subscribe to the channel, because for whatever reason, if you don't tell people to subscribe, they don't do it. That's how apathetic people have become. Like, to even get you to move the mouse cursor all the way to the subscribe button, you have to tell them to do it. You have to tell people to do it. You have to tell them. Otherwise, you can see the analytics, you get far fewer subscribes. Like, they know, oh, well, I like this content, I should probably see more, but well, he's not telling me to subscribe, so I'm not going to do it. You have to tell them, hit the bell button, otherwise they don't do it. That's how lazy we've gotten. But the bright side of that is that's how weak the competition is too. There is not much competition. If you want success in dating, finances, anything, there's not much competition today, so it's not as hard to stand out if you break away from the mold, break away from the herd, and do something different. So you can look at that as very depressing or as very encouraging. It's up to you.